Hello, you're watching Much Ado About Something today, and I'm Donna, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you joined me. Well, it's spring, it's beautiful outside, but it's a little chilly today. So we're going to finish up a few things inside with our spring cleaning and a little bit of decorating. And I've got Ellie to help me here, one of my little granddaughters, and she's in the mood. So we're going to get down here and change a few things up. Now this is how the foyer gets down here. Our coats are loaded up. There's lots of shoes and things, and we want to decorate this little area right here and just clean up some of this. Now this little area over here still looks spring, and I kind of try to keep it like a gardening spring area. This is the tiny little foyer that when you come in our door, this is what the entrance, the front entrance. It's not very big. You can see, but I do like to change it around, and I like for it to look springy and decorated. And we've got a few things. I went to that pottery with my friend. We have a few things here that we want to incorporate and change around a bit. And so Ellie's in the mood to help me with it today. And if I get up on that ladder and start changing some things around, then Ellie can hand me what I need. And I don't have to keep climbing up and down the ladder. And that helps me out a lot. So she's willing to help me today, and I am going to take advantage of her help. Now the first thing we're going to have to do is clean off that shelf. There was one flower arrangement right here. I've already removed it, and you can see that the shelf needs to be wiped down. I try to wipe this down, as often as I possibly can. It's also garden themed right here. I try to wipe this light down when I can. I'm not going to worry about that light today because Donald has a taller ladder that he puts down here that we can get up there to that big chandelier right here. I'm just going to go ahead and just decorate this area here. I might not change everything, but I'll change a few things up here. Ellie and I made these flowers last year. How did we make those, Ellie?
So we used branches from outside, and then we took a hot glue gun. Be careful with hot glue stuff. And then we took some fake flowers, and then we hot glued them or just stuck them in the top branches. But I think we mostly just hot glued them down.
Yeah, we just bought a few stems of white flowers from Walmart, and then we got branches from outside, and then we took the flowers off of the stems they came on, and we hot melted them onto our little branches. We did put just a few leaves because we wanted it to look like spring. Now here I am up on this ladder, and I can just barely reach this stuff. It's not like I can really reach very high even on the ladder. I am going to leave these flowers that we were talking about that Ellie and I made. There's a little like a cobweb up there. So I've just got this duster, and I taped it to a stick. Now you can buy these. You can buy a brand that's already got the stick and everything on it, but this is what I made, and so this is what I'm going to use. You can see that cobweb right there. So I'm just going to gently go over it with this duster and pick up a lot of those cobwebs that's all over this. And here's one here. They get wherever you live. This little area is very busy because we come and go here. So I'm just going to knock off what I can reach. We really need to repaint this foyer. We have not done that in a long time. Now this is an area in the house where I really have to have Donald to help me to clean. It's high up, really hard to reach areas, and not easy for me to get. But I do decorate this shelf a lot. I mix up cleaning water. There's Murphy's oil soap in this, and I just use cleaning rags. This rag is stained, but it is clean. And I make a little bucket of water like that, and I just wipe down everything I need to wipe down up here. Now this is a butterfly house. I think it's cute. I've got a few of these little angels. My daughter bought me this one and I really like it. I've collected these from the front yard, bird nest, and these are real bird eggs. I sometimes find them laying on the ground or an abandoned nest, and you can see here that the bird actually came out of that, and so I found it on the ground. But it looks really pretty when you turn it over on its other side. So these are found things from the yard. And up there you can tell that bird nest is real because it's got all kinds of debris and different stuff that the birds have picked up from someplace. Well, what I need to do, I'm going to take down this swan. I'm going to take him down.
Not the beautiful swan.
David likes the swan. We'll put him someplace else where he'll be enjoyed, David.
Yay.
And here are this crap that I got to clean up down here. It's pretty. I'm just going to scoot the birds over a little bit. If you watched my last video, then you know I went with my friend and we bought some flowers. I bought some flowers. This is a crystal pitcher that I've had, and I'm just going to use it as the vase up here. I'm going to put it up here and see how it looks. There's Cookie. He's helping today.
Yeah.
So Ellie, if you'll hold this for me.
Sure thing.
You'll have to put that down.
Oh yeah.
Here, just lean it up right here. We may need it again.
Oh yeah.
I also picked up some of these little terracotta pots. I got these, the little ones at Hobby Lobby. They were really inexpensive. I think it was like $2.99 for those, and maybe not much less for a few of these. And I just thought these little pots would be so cute to decorate with. I just thought they would be cute. So I'm going to put some of those up on this shelf today. I don't think I'm going to take everything down from here because I do like the seeds and the things that are already there. But I think I am just going to kind of add to what's up here. So Ellie is going to hand me this crystal pitcher here with the flowers on it, and I'm going to put it up here. The thing about that crystal pitcher is it's really heavy. It's an antique, and it's beautiful, but it's heavy, so I'm trying to make sure I'm not putting anything too heavy here. I'm going to leave the butterfly house and the angel and this. I really like this, but I will dust over it. And just the flowers, as if they were just coming in from outside, you know, potted flowers. I think all that looks pretty. I'm going to try and put the greenery around the bottom. My sweet assistant is helping me. She's handing me the things, and it keeps me from having to get up and down this ladder. Now I'm going to take this terracotta pot, and I'm just going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to put one of the birds from over here right up on top of the pot. I think he'll look good perched up there. And then I'm going to just take this bird down and let Ellie hold it, and I'm going to work that greenery in. I bought this garland of greenery, and I showed it to you in my haul when I was with my friend and we did a little bit of shopping. I got this at Hobby Lobby too, and it was 40% off. So I'm just going to kind of work it around the greenery. Work it around the shelf here and some of the stuff that's already here. Just kind of put it up, you know, like you would see in a real, outside in a real garden. You know, ivy just kind of grows wherever it wants to grow. And so I'm thinking, well, it'll just look good put up like that. And then we're going to take a couple of the little pots and just put them up here. I put the little bird back right here near the nest. It looks like she's taking care of her nest. And then we've got these little birds we can just work in over here. And I'm just going to take one or two of these and just kind of work them in as if they were little pots in your garden that you might have. And I'm going to put them where they won't roll. It does vibrate a little bit right here when you come in and out of the door. You know, right here's the door. So if you come in and out of that, that stuff does vibrate a little bit. So we don't want all these to roll off. So we're going to be careful there. And then we'll take a few of the smaller little pots. And we'll just work them in here or there so that they look cute. I just think they're cute to decorate with. I want to save a few because I'm going to put them on a wreath. And I can't get over there because the steps are right down here. And I can't reach. I'd put one of these little pots right on top of that seeds thing, but that's not possible. We got to keep it all in a reasonable method of doing things, and I'll show you what this looks like from up the steps. So if you come in the door and you look up, that's what you would see. And if you went up the steps and then turned around, you would see Cookie. and this is how it would look. You see you can see it's decorated. It looks more springy. The yellow really adds a lot to it. It's pretty bright. If I turned this light off, then you wouldn't be able to see at all. It would be kind of dark. And after just, changing a few things and lightly decorating, now see, I would put one of those little pots right here. If I could figure out how to do it. I can't really. The steps are right down here, and I'm not going to lean over it like that and maybe take a risk of falling. I got to be practical about it. But it looks cute. It looks cute there. I like the way it's decorated for spring, and when we go through the house from one room to the other, right, and we pass this hallway, we'll be able to see that little cute updated spring section. Well, I was able to stretch and get that little pot there, so it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I like it. It looks more complete with that little thing there. Here's the steps. Got to carry some of those coats down. So I'm going to have to, I keep my purse down here all the time anyway, because that's easy to grab from the door. And then Donald's just got some coats and things here. He's got a few jackets. I'm sure he'll probably be using the lightweight ones now that it's just spring. Sometimes, so I like to have this handy. This is definitely something that can go downstairs. It's a winter decoration that I must have just taken down. Now, I love these scarves, the infinity scarves and the scarves. So I'll take these down and put them where they go. And there'll just be a few things that I'll clear up here in this area. Now here, this is for ice and cleaning the windshield. I can take this down and put it in a different place. This is a little bag that, you don't get bags sometimes in the places that you shop. So I like to leave one right here near the door where I can grab it when I go, even though I have some in the car. And here is a thing to clean your windshield that I got for a gift. I really like this one because it has a warm mitt that you can put your hand in when you do it. I did not have to use these this year, but I always bring them out every 2 or 3 years. And I like to use them. I really like them. I like the way they look. I really like this one because it has a warm mitt that you can put your hand in when you do it. I did not have to use these this year, but I always bring them out every 2 or 3 years. And I like them because they look so cute. winter so that I'll have them if I do need them. So I'm probably going to put this where I can get it. And this is something really sad right here, is Ollie's collar and some of his leash and stuff that we used with him when we were training him. So I'll have to take that down, but I hadn't had a chance to move it because every time I think about it, it makes me want to cry. Now this is a big carabine that I sometimes can take shopping with me and put several bags on it and carry several bags in the house at once. This is something that we use outside on the gate often. So there's some things that just need to be cleaned up and put away. Now I've got a few. Oh, look at this.
Look who came! Look.
Madeline.
Oh, Madeline's little frog came along.
Now this, I have really enjoyed. This is the one if the infinity scarf I wore the most. I just love something warm around my neck. It seems like if I can keep my neck warm, then I can keep my whole body warm. So when it's really cold, this is a bag that we use for Madeline when we go out. I could put that in the car, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. I like to have it on hand if no matter which vehicle we take. This is my winter hat. I may not need this. And if I do, I can always go pull them out from downstairs. This will have to go down. There's just some things here that will have to go down. Now, of course, this umbrella, you'll need an umbrella. These big zip ties, we use those in gardening, so they're there. I have my gardening bag and my boots that'll stay. But maybe I can take my shoes, my fancy shoes, and go put them in my closet. So all of this does not need to be here. Now I really like this bag, and I like having one on hand whenever I go out, because I don't know if I'm going shopping or something. It's easier to put it in the bag, and then I can just grab this bag and take it with me. See, I want to keep this handy because, sometimes I use this. But I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put this in my bag. And then at least I'll know where it's at. Now I had these hanging up. I don't know if I'm going to leave these down here or not, so I'm just going to lay these over to the side. And I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to go downstairs and get a basket and put some of these shoes in this basket. Now here's the candle that I usually use right here, but I moved it because I'm not burning a candle right now. I'm using that thing I got at Walmart that says Calm. It's a reed diffuser. I've been using that because it's just, I don't have to worry about a flame. I don't have to worry about keeping up with a candle. But I'm going to just put some of my shoes in here. And I have a ton of shoes that's made it up here. And I only really wear 3 pair. I wear my gardening shoes. I wear the ones that I think they're upstairs. I pulled them off upstairs. But when I come in from here, as I come in, different occasions I wear different shoes. These are my walking shoes. And then when I stop, I just pull my shoes off right here, and I don't always take them down to my room. And so this is why I'm ending up with a lot of shoes. And you can tell they're just my shoes. They're not Donald's. He keeps up with his downstairs in his space. So I've got to take some of these shoes out of here. Of course, it'll be time to wear these, before we know it. I'll be down there looking for them when I'm pulling out. But I've got to get some of these shoes downstairs out of the way. and clean this area. Some of these clean shoes need to be thrown in the washer. Maybe it's time to go through them. Donate what I don't wear as much as I used to, and what I don't wear as much as I used to, and then maybe even get rid of some of them. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this and clear all this stuff out right here and clean around here. There's another candle.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. I'll leave at least one pair of tennies, one of my gardening shoes, and the shoes that I'm wearing a lot lately. I'm going to leave those down there, easily accessible. Ellie, what is that over there? It looks like a box or something.
This? Oh, what's this?
Okay. This must be something my husband put here. He was probably going to take it out and use it when he washed the car. He washed the cars this weekend. All right. And then a lot of that will be done. Carry this off, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down. This is something pretty unusual. My husband's in maintenance, so we're on city water, and this is the thing they use to turn the water off out there at the meter up to your house so that you can work on a leak or do whatever you need to do. But that thing is probably unusual, but we'll leave it right where it's at because he likes to have that in case of an emergency. If there's any kind of flood or anything, he knows where it's at, I know where it's at, and we're able to grab this thing in a hurry and turn the water off out there, and that's why that's here, and it'll have to stay in this area. We're going to start, we got to clean this up. Now, I'm not sure what's down here. I sometimes set a lot of plants and things down here too. So there's a lot to be cleaned right here. I'm not sure what this stain here, you know, I had that mat that we put the shoes on, so I'm not sure what this is here, but I'm going to work on it and clean it. Now, I mop this floor often, but I don't always take this mat up and clean under here because that's like a heavy cleaning, and I don't heavy clean this area every day. Now, because I don't know what this is, and it kind of looks a little bit like rust, I'm going to go ahead and just clean the baseboards and the walls first. And then I'm just going to take this cloth and I'm going to see if I can get up. Now I can clean this all day, but I can't make it new. So there's some scuffs on here that's not going to come off because they're just kind of, the paint is a little bit scuffed off. And up under here it looks really dirty, but that's where it's, you know, there's a corner and there's a shadow on it. So this just needs to be cleaned and repainted. But I'm going to clean it as good as I possibly can right now. I've got paint right here. I got this from Habitat for Humanity, and I have plans for this paint. I've got projects to get it done. It's a red and blue paint, and I haven't got those projects done yet, so that paint is sitting right here and waiting on me. I don't have a shed or a garage. Now this seems to be coming up really good. I thought maybe it was a rust stain, that some water had ran under here and rust had gotten here because it looks real rusty. And that's why I brought this here, Barkeeper's Friend. This is something that I use on rust and red mud. Now, red clay soil is common in the southern Appalachian where we're at. There's red clay soil everywhere. And if you get red mud on things, and if you get rust on stuff and you can't get it out, this right here will do the trick. Barkeeper's Friend. You just follow the instructions. I'm going to put a little bit on here because I don't know if something was sitting down here and it got rusted, like a can of paint or a can of something else. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on here and clean this tile floor with it to get this up. Now you might say, how in the world could you let something get that dirty? I'm going to tell you, when you've got as much going on and as many people coming and going on in this house as I do, staying up on top of every little detail, trying to cook from scratch, trying to make meals and do the things that you need to do, it's easy for things to slip by you, especially this little foyer area where we might come in here every single day. We don't always pay attention to everything in this area because that's just how it is. But if you have any kind of rust, read the instructions on the back of Barkeeper's Friend. Rust, red mud, and then it's an excellent cleaner to remove rust stains. You know, like if you got a gallon of paint and it's in a metal can, believe it or not, we still have some metal cans. Then it might, and then, you know, somebody spills something, or you come in on a rainy day or a snowy day and your boots are soaking wet and you put them down here and it gets underneath that can, it will make rust. But we've got it cleaned off here. We've got this place clean. This spot. The tile looks good. We'll get David, he helped me clean that little boot pan where we put the shoes, and thank God for that because that does save a lot. Had a lot of dirt and stuff on it, grass and stuff from out in the yard on that little boot tray or shoe tray. So we're good there. Now, I might have to take a whole nother day and just paint this wainscoting and paint this hall tree that Donald built on the wall for us with the shelf on top. Love, love, love it. Of course, I designed it and he built it, but I absolutely love it. It is beautiful and it's also extremely useful. It's a very, very simple concept. You know, it's like a hall tree that you might buy. Back in the old days, they would have a piece of furniture that looked like a hall tree. It might have a mirror on it. Might have some shelves and little hooks on it for you to put your umbrella and your coats and your hats. This is the same concept, only Donald he built it for us so that we could come in and hang up the purses and hang up the stuff. I've got to take one of those down. That little hook in the middle is different and it's just for purses. It's a little stronger than the other two might be. And so I really like that. But I love the shelf. I love being able to decorate it because that's a big empty space up here. If you don't put anything on it, it's just real big and open, which is wonderful. But I enjoy decorating this space for different holidays. Today we're decorating it for spring and summer. I'll leave that up in the spring. I'll leave that up in the summer. And I won't redecorate this until the fall. And then in Christmas, we put the snowman up here. We have a snowman collection and we just put them up there. They're out of the way. This right here is handy. It's wonderful. Now I've got to be picking up some of this other stuff. Some of it won't go back and some of it will. I got this crock that I use right here that I put some of the umbrellas and things in. I got this kind of big one. I thought it was pretty. And I thought it would hold that umbrella that Donald really likes to use. And that it would hold this thing right here. that I told you that we needed to turn the water off and on. If you ever have an emergency and you have city water, that thing right there is priceless. And then I'm just going to take these smaller umbrellas, put them in this bigger crock. Now I've got, this is the wall when you come in. It's kind of like a gallery wall. I love, garden themed things here. And so it's just like a gallery wall here. It's of course got a bird nest and some cute things here. And I've got all of these hats. And if you've been around and you watch my channel, you know these hats are not for show, just for show. I think they're beautiful, but they are not just for show. I wear these hats out in the garden, out in the front yard when I'm out there working. I love to wear a hat. And then, Donald's hats are also up here. And we like to wear them because they keep a lot of sun off your face, your ears, and your neck. So these are useful hats as well as decorative. So they're decorative and they're useful. I use them on a regular basis. One day the grandkids all got a hat and was running around here with the hats on. I mean, they're not just, everything here has to be functional. And that helps a lot. Now I know that this gardening bag is not all that beautiful. I know that it's not the kind of beauty that you usually see in a foyer. It's got a lot of used and well-worn gardening essentials. I did a video on what's in my gardening bag. But I have to set my gardening bag right here. And I have to have it close by because in the summer, I'm using that thing all the time. All the time. It's sticking out a little bit. I might have to scoot this down and put it here in the middle. So this is one of those cases when I would have to let go of aesthetics and embrace functionality. Even though it looks messy and it's not that great, that's a valuable thing to me right here. I love my gardening bag, and I take it out and set it on the stoop of the front porch or take it out back wherever I'm working, and I use a lot out of my gardening bag, and it saves me a lot of work from having to run in and out of the basement or wherever the other little things are stored. I'm able to access it out of my gardening bag, and that helps me a lot. Now I've got a couple of these little bags, and they are decorative. They're cute and decorative. But they're also extremely useful. These bags are extremely useful. You need to grab one and pick up a few things here and there. So I've got a few bags here. They may not be that aesthetically beautiful, but they need to stay there because they're useful, and it's something that I'll use. I'm just going to sweep over it now. I've already swept this floor and I've already wiped it down before I did this video because I knew I would have to concentrate on that side where everything was at. But I'm going to empty this out, put all this cleaning stuff back up, take some of this stuff where it needs to go, and I'll get back with you in just a minute. So if you're standing at the top of the steps, this is how it looks now. Quite a bit better than it did when we started. I really didn't get over here to this side. I'm going to do something with this little window, and I'm going to do something with these tall trays that are down here. So they have to stay down there for the time being. But we got a lot done. Looking a little nicer when you come in the front door. So it's coming down the steps. These always remind me of my dad. He wore those boots like that. He was in construction. I still like old clocks. That's the angel I painted. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Psalm 91:11. I like that over the door. If you remember, I painted this angel. My kids found this at the park. They said, "Look, Mom, it's an angel wing." And when they gave it to me, they were little. And I said, one day I'm going to paint something to use that angel wing. And so that's what I painted on just a piece of board Donald had outside. I painted this little folk art like angel, put that wing on his back, and there you go. The harp on the door that I used to keep up with the kids if they come and went, still on the door after all these years. Love the little spring and summer decor. Just freshened that space up a bit. Got some things that are not typically beautiful, but they're beautiful in their usefulness. I want to thank you today for joining me and helping me clean my foyer. It really needed some spring cleaning. It needed some deep cleaning. And of course, once you clean one area, it makes you want to clean another area. And before long, you got your whole house clean. That's what I hope. I hope it encouraged you, inspired you some way to do something today. Thank you for joining me. And like always, until next time.